Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss how to work with Python. So already we have discussed so many basics related to Python, and now let us discuss how to start working in Python. So to start with Python ideally, and we have already discussed that how we can work in Python in two different modes. That is, one is the interactive mode and the other one is script mode. So this one I have already discussed with you. See here, one is the interactive mode, which is also called as a command line interaction, and the other one is the script mode, which you can even call it as a Python editor window. Now we are going to discuss about the interactive mode. So in this first mode we are going to work with Python. So to open this Python interactive window, what you have to do is you have to go to the start button, and here you have to choose ideally Python. Now I'll show you how to open up that particular window. Just have a look. Okay, just go to start button and open up. Here I have installed Python, and from here you have to choose ideally Python. So if you click on this, immediately Python shell will open. So this is how your Python window will look like. And so immediately once you open the Python shell, it will display the message, the welcome message. It will display the welcome message followed by this prompt. This 3 greater than signs, you can even call it as a prompt, or even you can call it as a Python command prompt. And so in this window only we are going to work today. So the next slide, if you see here, see, it always starts up in the shell. This we have already discussed. That is, once you open Python ideally, the first window that gets opened is the shell window, followed by, if you wanted to work in the script mode, you have to open up file menu. You have to click on the file menu, and if you go to new file option, it will open the new window. This is called the script mode. So the window which has been displayed here is the Python shell window, which is the interactive mode, and this window is considered as the script mode. So to save your statements for future use, to save the Python code for future use, you can work in this script mode. Whereas in interactive mode, you cannot save any statements which you type here. You can, for instant execution, you can work on this interactive mode, where you can type your program codings, and you can view the result in the same window, in a single interface. That's why we call it as an interactive window. Clear? And the next thing what we are going to see here is, see, working in the interactive mode, already I have told you, it is very convenient for testing a single line of code for instant execution. So if you are going to do, if you are going to write only single line of code, you can work with the shell window. But if you are going to work with multiple lines of code, obviously you have to go with the script mode only, where you cannot save the statements for future use in the shell window, and you have to retype the statements and run them again in the shell window. So that is one disadvantage here in the interactive window. And one more thing, so the 3 greater than sign represents the prompt or the command prompt that I have already told you, and this prompt, it represents, it is waiting for a user to enter the command. So only when you enter some command here, only when you give some instruction here, it will display the result, or it will do some task. Otherwise it will not do anything, and the blinking cursor will remain in the same place. Now you understood. See here, they have displayed a message. To display the message in the Python shell, they have given here hello world, they have typed here. So the same hello world I'm going to type here in the Python window now. Just have a look. Okay, so this is the script mode. I'm not going to work on this. I'm going to work with the Python shell window. Okay, so I'm going to type here hello world. So the same message I'm going to type here. I have told you Python works with, Python highlights all the syntaxes which you type here. So even the input statements, output statements, or whatever you type, everything will be highlighted with some color codes. So this color codes help you to identify which is the input statement or which is the output statement, or in case if you come across any error message, everything will be displayed very clearly. So this is one such advantage. Now I have given the hello world message, and Python, it has the the inbuilt data type, not like other programming languages. All the data types are inbuilt in Python. So data type means to identify the particular value belongs to which particular type. For example, if you take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it is an integer number. So integer number, you don't have to specify int followed by the variables on you don't have to specify like that. Automatically Python will understand if you specify the value 5, it belongs to integer data type. In case if you are going to type some characters like this, like hello world, it will automatically identify that it belongs to the character or the string data type. Clear? As data types are inbuilt in Python, you don't have to specify those stuffs. And if you press enter, immediately the message will be displayed. So this is how I call it as instant execution. So for a single line of code that I have given here, it is not necessary to type the print statements even. So Python will automatically perform everything. That's why it supports dynamic typing that we have already discussed. Since Python supports dynamic typing, you don't have to even specify the print statements to print a message. It is enough if you specify the single quotes or double quotes along with the message which you are going to display. And these quotes represent that it is a string. Clear? And now let us discuss about the next thing. Okay. So to type the multiple statements, I have told you Python can work with print statements and without print statements to display a message. And if you see this print function, this print is as a function which is used to display the specified content on the screen. If you see here, they have given print followed by hello world. So the same message is gonna get printed here. Got it? And the content which you give here within this parenthesis is called argument. See here, the content is called the argument and it should be specified only within the parenthesis, and you have to enclose within the quotes. And in Python, the single quotes and double quotes both work in the same way. So either you can specify the single quotes or even you can specify the double quotes. So both you can works in the same way. And this print statement, if you try to give without any arguments, it will simply jump to the next line. I'll show you how this works now. Okay, so now I'm going to give print followed by hello world. See, better I'll try to give it single quotes. Okay, so if you see here, and I'm just going to press enter, the same content gets displayed. So both single quotes and double quotes will work in the same way in Python. Clear? And now I'm going to use the print function. As I have told you, if you are going to give print statement without any content, the content which you give within the parenthesis is called argument. And I'm going to give the print statement without any contents. So what will happen here? It will automatically jump to the next line. It will leave a blank line when you give print without any content. Can you see the difference? So this is how the print statement will work. If you're not going to give any content, it will print a blank line. Clear? Now let us see the next concept. Okay. So now Python is a case sensitive language. So case sensitive means it treats the uppercase letters and lowercase letters differently. That is, capital A and small a both will be considered in a different manner. Capital A will not work in the same way, it will not be considered the same like small a. So to make you understand about this, I'll show you an example. If you have seen here, I have given the print statement only in the small letters. See, the letter P I have given only in the small letter, lowercase letter. If I'm trying to give print statement in capital letter, while typing itself, you can see here. If I'm trying to give hello, and if I press enter, immediately it will display an error message. So then and there you can trace the error in this interactive window. So that is one such advantage in working with Python shell. Whereas in the script mode, you will type everything as well. Even in the script mode, if you commit any mistakes, immediately it will display the error, or it will not allow you to type the next line of code in the script mode. That we will discuss later. In the interactive window, I have told you instantly it will display the error, and even I have told you Python is an interpreted language. Interpreter means line by line it will check for error. So immediately it will display the error if you have committed any mistake in your program code. So print followed by hello I have given here, whereas P I have given in capital. Yeah, so this is a mistake and it will display here as line 1. So in which line the error is there, that will be displayed here as line 1 in module print of hello. So name print is not defined, which is not there, which is in the Python library. So you have to correct this. And one more thing, in the interactive window, to correct the mistake, you don't have to retype the statements again. To save your time, if you just press Alt plus P, immediately it will display the same message which you have typed previously. So this will save your time. So the shortcut key to bring the statement again which you have typed before is Alt plus P. So to correct this here, again I'm going to correct this as small p. See, while writing the code itself, you can understand whether the syntax is correct or not. From this itself, you can easily identify whether you are giving the right syntax or whether you are writing the correct program or not. And if I give enter, obviously the message gets printed. Now you understood how to work on it. So this is how the print function will work in Python. And this is how you can even correct the errors in the Python shell. Now Python ideally as a CalC. I have told you already, you can perform calculations in Python. So much similar to the calculator, you can perform the calculations. So you don't have to type so many lines of code to perform the basic arithmetic calculations and all. Just like a calculator, you can work in the Python ideally. So that's why they call it as Python ideally as a CalC. Now see here, for example, 5 plus 8 I'm just going to give, and if you press enter, immediately it will display the result. Even you can try it out using the print statement also. So print of 5 plus 8 if I'm going to give, and if you press enter, it will display the same result. So with the print statement or without the print statement, the content, the thing is you have to specify the content properly. That's it. So that much user-friendly Python is, and you will find it very easy to learn. See, so print of 5 plus 8 also works in the same way, and it displays the same message or else the result. And even see here, print of 10 plus 55, it will display the result here. Even if you are going to give some big arithmetic expression, it will display the result. So automatically it will display whether the result you get is a floating point number or the result which you are getting is based on the fractional part. Everything will be displayed over here exactly. So you don't have to specify whether the number belongs to integer data type or whether the number belongs to floating point data type and all. Python will automatically recognize everything as all the data types are inbuilt in Python. So that is the reason. I hope you understood this concept. And now the next thing, in the print statement, you can do one more thing, which is the separators. For example, using the print statement, you will print so many sentences usually, or else for output, to display the output especially, we make use of the print statements. For those purposes we will use. And now when you come across the consecutive arguments, consecutive arguments means at a stretch, back-to-back values. When you're trying to give in a print statement, you have to separate it with the commas, right? When you separate it with the commas inside the print function, but the output where that it gets displayed, it will be displayed with the separator as space. So I'll show you an example so that you can understand. See here, for example, if I'm going to give the same values which you have here as print of, if I'm going to give 10 followed by 20 followed by 30, and I'll just close the braces. You don't have to terminate with a semicolon or nothing. So semicolon is not required at all in Python. And if you press enter, can you see the difference? The comma will not be displayed here. And the separator, the space is the default separator in the print statement. Even though you specify or you separate the values which you give within the print statement with the commas, that comma will not be displayed here, because this comma you're using here to separate the values over here alone and not to get displayed over here in the output. So this is the output you have got. And for print statement, all the consecutive arguments. Consecutive arguments means the back-to-back values 10, 20, 30. So these are the consecutive arguments. All these arguments are separated by commas in the print function, but these values will be separated by space during the output. And space is the default separator. If you're not going to give any separator value, the space will be considered as the default separator. And you can even specify some other strings also as the separator. To specify some other strings as a separator, what you have to do here is, see here, print of 10, 20, 30, comma, separator equal to asterisk. So asterisk they have specified. I'll show this in the program. For example, the same content I'm going to give. I have pressed Alt plus P to bring the same content. And to use a separator, what is the syntax they are using here? See, for 30 followed by separator equal to asterisk. So separator equal to, you have to specify within the quotes. I'm going to give asterisk as the separator. Now, if you press enter, see, all the values will be displayed with the separator. So this is how you can specify the strings on your own as a separator to work with the print function. And the syntax for print function, even you can use a comma or else any string which you wish, you can give as a separator. See here, they have used the asterisk or comma they have used, and then new line character they have used, and even /t, which is the tab they have used. So whichever way you wish, you can use it as a separator, but you have to follow the syntax properly. See, print of value, that is 10, 20 and 30 is the value, followed by separator equal to, you have to enclose within the quotes, so whatever string you're going to give, like how they have provided here, and end parameter. So end parameter, it helps you to go to the next line, or you can even specify any punctuation marks at the end. So especially to move to the next line, we make use of this end parameter. Clear? And you can even append the value after the last value. So by default it will take you to the new line, or if you wanted to add any value at last, you can specify that using the end separator, end parameter. So this is how the print statement syntax you have to follow up when you're writing the program. I hope you understood this concept. And now just look at the end parameter with print function. I have told you, using the end parameter, you can it helps you to move to the next line by default. That's why /n has been given. Or if you wanted to appending means adding. If you wanted to add any values at the end, you can specify those values. See here, they have given cow, cat, dog, followed by a separator, which is the comma they have used as a separator. That comma has appeared here, and in the end parameter they have given exclamatory marks followed by a new line. So this is how it will work. Clear? And now let us see how to work with the script mode. So better I'll explain about the script mode in the next class, so that you will understand very clearly about the difference between script mode and interactive mode. So till this you can try it out in your Python program, try it out in the Python software after downloading, and let me know during the session. So I hope you have understood all the concepts I have explained related to the Python shell. Thank you, children.